but was really, really, really hurt bad. He was injured by a beehive round, and there was just so much stuff that had went into this man's body, and he had to swim across a river to rescue people that were on the other side of the river. And the gentleman is just an absolute class of an individual. And when you talk about somebody that is humble, genuine, there he is, Sammy Davis, and he plays a mean harmonica. And the harmonica, he plays the song Shenandoah, and Shenandoah was a favorite song of his sergeant who was killed during this battle where Sammy got the Medal of Honor. And at night, his sergeant would say, you play that harmonica and you play Shenandoah, and that way I'll know where you're at, and that way he could go to sleep. And, and it just became a normal nightly thing that Sammy would play Shenandoah, and that was for his sergeant. And what's really amazing is how he tells that story about the song and about why he still plays it to this day, by the way. So if you see Sammy Davis, you'll rarely catch him without his harmonica, and he will put on an amazing show for you that'll just bring you to tears. What an amazing patriot and an American. The fact that he's not only my friend, but the fact that he openly admits to that, that's even really cool, right, Greg, when you got friends that actually admit they're your friends.
There you go.
Greg,
there you go. I'd never be a member of a club that would have me as a member, right? But no, what James, with due respect here, sir.
Yeah.
The story about Sammy, you forgot to tell him about that. Was it a howitzer that this guy tipped over? And killed masses, and he was shot like 32 times. You neglected to tell people that. And then he went over to across the river, pick up one guy, and realized there were two other guys in the foxhole. So he did two trips. Right. Oh, yeah.
That's exactly right. See, Sammy Davis is one of those guys. He probably earned the Medal of Honor 2 or 3 times that night, and one of those events alone was a Medal of Honor event. The fact that he was able to get that gun turned around, point it and get a round off into the face of the enemy. That was a miracle that he was able to do that. And, it's a big gun. It's not just any, he definitely had, this incredible strength that carried him through that whole experience. And Sammy demonstrates that daily and he also has this saying. He says, you don't lose unless you quit trying. And, and that's his thing. He tells everybody, and he was the one that came out and was telling these veterans, don't let the enemy win. You made it home, and you come home and you let something else aggravate you and drive you to suicide. Don't do to yourself what the enemy could not do to you. And I think that that's a wonderful thing, and how that, we need to be living our lives by telling people that very thing, that, don't ever give up. Keep fighting. And what a heck of a story that he has. And if you ever look him up, look up Sammy Davis, Medal of Honor, Vietnam. Go check out Sammy, and I promise you, if you call Sammy Davis and you say, hey, James McCormick sent you, and he'll laugh and he'll say, yup, I know that guy.
I plan to use your contact.
Yeah, go ahead, call him, man. He would love to be on this show, because he's a man of faith. He loves God and country, man. I'm telling you, that's the kind of heroes we should elevate. We should be, if I want my kids to look up to men like Sammy Davis. That's what I want. I want them to look up and say, I want to be like that person. And more importantly, on our personal level, when we raise our children, we live a life, whether you've been in the military or you fought at a battle of Biop like I did, or in Vietnam like Sammy Davis did, you still live your life honorable, respectful, and you get up and you do the things that you need to do to set an example for your children, for your neighbors, for people that are around you. people there are going to be people that even don't like me or Sammy Davis and will be, appalled at the fact that they gave us a medal for killing somebody, but that's not what we did. What we did is what Sammy did is he performed an act that saved so many more lives than we can ever account for. Generations are alive today because of the actions of Sammy Davis in Vietnam. There are people that are holding their grandkids right now and generations that are going to live on because of what Sammy Davis did. And that's a fact. And nobody can take that from him or anybody else that's earned that medal. The Medal of Honor is the most sacred honor that we award the most esteemed and awesome patriots, and Sammy Davis is one of them. And I love that guy. I love him. He is a great person.
I just went and looked him up while you're talking here. I'm looking at him right now, and amazing. He enlisted in the U.S. Army 10 years before I was born, 1965. The other thing that I was thinking about while you were talking about this man and the actual situation in a hot zone, the politics don't matter. That all goes out the window. Like young people back home, when they were spitting on these guys when they were coming home, they were mixing the politics with what these men went through, and it's no different anywhere else. I was speaking with a man from Iran, Colonel McGregor. Hey, I was talking to this man, McCormick, sorry, and yeah. he was telling me that, during the Iran-Iraq war, when they were fighting with Saddam Hussein, he was in school, and a man walked in the classroom and said, "You're in the Army. That's it. You don't